Welcome to the Books and Martinis podcast.
I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy.
And this is your go-to book podcast,
where we lift, empower, and spotlight authors.
Grab your martini and follow along.
And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to our podcast. I'm Priya.
And I am Mercy. Welcome, everybody, and welcome Emma Lee Reed. How are you, Emma? Cheers.
Cheers
to the best Mimi ever.
Thanks for having
me. We have
me.
to drink, or is bad luck?
Good luck for an amazing interview.
That's what
and
they say.
As Mercy mentioned, in your ears on the screen is Emma Lee Reed, E.L. Reed, our amazing author for today. And she wrote this book, Hatchet. One of her 17 books we just learned.
Yes. Is it the number 17 is coming out, or do you have 17 already?
No, number 17 will be out in September.
Wow. Congratulations. That's amazing. That is
big
truly
congratulations.
amazing.
Oh, we have to hear all about your journey as an author.
Yes.
This is great.
Yes. So welcome,
right,
Emma. I'm going to kick it off with your bio real quick and then go straight into the interview. So E.L. Reed, originally from New Hampshire, now resides in Tennessee. She has fond memories of the Maine coastline and incorporates the ocean into all her books. She has 3 grown children and is enjoying her empty nest. Mimi, she's enjoying her Mimi life. Her life has been touched and changed by her son's autism. She views life through a very different lens than before he was born. Growing up as an avid reader, it was only natural for her to turn to creating the stories for others to enjoy. She continues to learn through her children's strengths and abilities that pushes her to go outside her comfort zone on a regular basis. She has been writing for 20 years and has 17 published novels. She teaches English at a local college. She is the author of crime thrillers, romantic suspense, women's fiction, and has co-authored children's books. Welcome, Emma.
Welcome, Emma. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Wow. You basically said it. I'm originally from New Hampshire. I've been in Tennessee for about 10 years now. Decided to move down here after I met a group of writers that I got friendly with down here in Tennessee. And after the kids all left the house, so it was time to do something for myself. And so I packed up, moved without a job or a place to live, with just
Wow.
my car, stayed with a friend of mine for a week until I found a place to live, and the rest is history.
Good for you.
What a
So you're an
risk.
empty nester. Where in Tennessee are you?
I'm just south of Nashville.
Okay. Nice. And the weather here, you get 4 perfect seasons.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's gorgeous weather. I like that the winters are small and not as cold
Yes.
as New England. So
Yes. Oh, good. Well, welcome to Tennessee. I got here myself as an empty nester 2 years ago. So I'm with you. And I have not met a group of incredible writers locally. I've met several, but I need what you have.
yeah.
So you're a little far. So what inspired you to write Hatchet? Although I must say, we're going to talk about you as an author and your 17 books, but because this was such a thriller and it had Priya and I dying, what the heck? This was like really brave for you to write, I would think. Did you have nightmares? Did you talk to us about this?
I can't write killing scenes because I write them in first person. I cannot write them at night because, yes, I do give myself nightmares. But I've always, coming from New England, I've always been fascinated with Lizzie Borden.
Oh, yeah.
I started deep diving into research and found her court transcripts and everything. So I was able to read the trial and everything. And I wanted it to be a fiction story in modern times. So, of course, the premise is that Lizzie Borden has reincarnated into a modern person. And so they're killing as if they're Lizzie Borden, but they're actually, they're having memories of Lizzie, but it's not actually their memories.
Oh,
that was slick.
Yeah, you see it throughout the story. You'll see them having memories that they don't remember, like they don't know where they're coming from. But yeah, so it
Yeah,
just
That's her.
kind of, and when I started doing the research, I came up with a list of like 18 female serial killers that I was like, oh, I could write a story on them or I could do a book on them. So
and you rarely hear about the female serial killer. It's usually the men that you hear about. And I know
yeah,
Lizzie's like the most, probably one of the most famous ones that we hear about.
in the 1800 women serial killers were more prominent than men.
Ooh.
But
Why do you
that
think that was? Because that's kind of interesting. Why do you think that
well,
was?
you had a lot of angels of mercy. They worked as nurses. You had serial killers that there was a couple of two women who ran an orphanage in Britain, um, that would kill off the children but collect the money for the children.
Oh.
You know, because at that time, like if a husband lost his wife, he would put his children in an orphanage for
Right.
the week while he could work
Hmm.
and pay the orphanage. And but they would kill the children off and just keep, yeah.
Whoa. I didn't know that.
Oh, it's I went down a rabbit hole and probably lost 2 weeks of my life doing research on female killers. Yeah.
But how cool. I
That
mean,
is so
terrible,
cool.
terrible,
It's
but so
terrible, but it's
cool.
cool.
So between having the thought and your first idea of the book, right? And starting literally writing the book, like committing to, okay, I'm going to write about this, to your final draft. How long of a period of time would you say, being that this was your first crime fiction?
This one took longer than it should have because halfway through writing it, I stopped to write a duology for women's fiction.
Oh, okay.
So that's another whole story. That was just something that I wasn't planning on publishing, but it was written more for cathartic reasons for myself. And I just needed to write that and get it done with. So Hatchet probably took me a couple of years to
Okay.
get it done. But I wrote two other books in the meantime. So
Overachiever, huh?
just a
Well,
little bit.
I do want to back up because we didn't even talk about the summary of Hatchet, like what the book is about. We just went straight into Lizzie Borden and
Well, but
female serial
that was the
killers.
inspiration behind it. But tell
Yeah.
us more about the book itself.
So we have Dawson, Wesley Dawson, who is the police detective.
Right.
He works for the Connecticut State Police. We have Ali Jenson, who is a medical examiner.
Right. That's what
And
we were just talking about.
they're kind of thrown into this um, first serial killer. And through the series, Dawson kind of becomes known for solving these cases of chasing ghosts because the MOs are like real killers from the past. Um, so, you know, this first book, Hatchet, is, like I said, based off Lizzie Borden. So he's finding victims that have been had their faces mutilated with a hatchet,
Right.
basically.
Right.
Uh, Now, for those who get kind of like, oh my God, it's bloody, there's only 6 killing scenes through the whole book.
Only 6.
Only. Let's just
So
say
the rest
only.
of the book is Dawson solving the case,
Mm,
but and then you have some subplots that go through, Dawson looking for his estranged sister, and he knows she's living on the streets. So of course, in Hatchet, the victims are being found in alleys.
hmm.
Right.
So he's frantically in the evening,
Looking for her.
Looking for her.
combing the alleys looking for his sister.
Yeah.
Before,
Sarah's her name, right? Sarah is his sister. Yeah.
and when we get to book 3, out of the
Oh,
4-book series, Poison is Sarah's story.
Oh.
okay.
So, I
So
mean,
back up. This is one of 4?
so we have Hatchet,
Uh-huh.
we have Spikes,
What?
we have Poison,
What
You
the
did not
heck?
share those books with me when we met. What
and
is
we have
happening?
Dagger.
What?
So
Emma.
it is a complete 4-book series now. Dagger just came out last December. So it is a complete 4-book series now.
How amazing is that?
Oh, what the heck? So
Okay.
we stayed with season 1, and there's a whole 3 seasons out there.
There's more for
Oh
you.
my gosh. I did not realize
I'm like
that.
shocked right now because okay. So
Okay,
for whoever's
so
listening and watching, y'all need to get all four now, not just the
okay.
one Hatchet.
So with each one, what did you want your reader to get out of this one?
So with
And
each
I'm
of
going to ask
them,
you the same question for all four of them.
but it's kind of the same for all of them.
Okay.
For each of them, the killer has a tragic backstory. I mean, there's a reason that by the end of the book, you may feel some compassion or sympathy for the killer because of that backstory.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to give away the ending,
Right.
but
Yeah.
you're gonna read it and be like, oh, like that's
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, you
It's
kind of
terrible that she
sympathize with
killed,
her. Yeah.
but it's heartbreaking. And for all of them, there is a reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
So,
then it's on book 3 that we hear the sister story.
book 3, we'll see her a little bit in book 2. Book 3, someone is
About her.
actually trying to kill Sarah.
Oh.
Okay. Let me see the book. Lift it up a little.
This is Poison.
Listen.
So each one is based off a real killer being
Okay.
incarnated. So Hatchet was Lizzie Borden. The second one, Spikes, was based off Lavinia Fisher, who was considered to be the first female American serial killer.
Oh.
Even though she was not hung for killing, her and her husband were hung for highway robbery. The legend is that she would give them a paralytic and then drop their beds. They ran a bed and breakfast boarding house type thing. And when they went to bed, she dropped their bed onto a bed of spikes, which is why it's called Spikes.
Whoa.
And when was this? I'm super interested in all these.
They're all most of them are 1800s. Now,
Okay.
Poison was based off Nanny Doss, which was 1900s. And it was hard to catch her because she was considered the giggling granny. But she went across state lines and married men would put ads in looking for a mail order bride,
Mhm.
and she would marry these men and kill them off.
So like
I
a
kind
Black
of
Widow.
feel like I've heard that story before.
Yeah.
Not the specific serial killer, but I
But
feel like it's been
And
replicated.
then Dagger is Mary Jane Johnson, who was a prostitute in New Orleans,
Oh.
killed
Tell me
John.
about her.
So
Or she would.
she killed John. She had a terrible temper. They called her Bricktop because she was a redhead, kind of a short, stout lady.
Uh-huh.
And she actually had a double-edged dagger that she would kill with.
That's some super villain stuff.
Yeah, you did a lot of research.
Wow, Emma, I am so impressed.
So
Like
cool.
that is so much fun that you did that and they all reincarnated
Yeah.
from these serial killers. So there's
So,
like a
and I know-
sci-fi, there's like paranormal sci-fi in there.
Yes.
Sure, with the
Yes.
ghost.
And I've left it open at the end of the 4th book. There's hints to maybe Dawson wanting to retire,
Mhm.
but I've kind of left it open that he may go into being a private investigator. And
Okay.
so there could end up being more to the series.
And what about Ali? Where does she end up? Can you share
She'll
anything
end
about?
up with Dawson because they end
Okay.
up together in the books.
Okay.
Yeah, I
good.
wasn't sure how much of that I could reveal.
I
They
know
do
we're
end
always
up
nervous.
together. Yeah.
Dawson reminds me of Alex Cross and James Patterson, that series
Yeah.
that he was always, every book had like a, oh my goodness, like a nursery rhyme. Let me see. Okay, so he had Four Blind Mice, Roses Are Red, Along Came a Spider. It was a whole series, but each one, that character was behind a serial killer.
Yeah.
And the serial killers were escalating, and he lived in Washington. His wife had been murdered by a serial killer. So you kind of follow his story throughout all the books. And yeah, they've made tons of shows about it. So can't wait to see Dawson in a show. Who would play his character?
Oh, I don't know. I really don't. And I've thought about that, but it's hard to say.
You have to make him handsome and rugged.
Rugged and kind of broody. He thinks he's a mystery. He's not, but he thinks he's a mystery.
Well, you would know better than anybody else. And
I think
I'm sorry, I read that you have two friends that you went to all the time that kind of helped you through the whole ordeal of writing them. I guess you bounced ideas to them.
So, yeah, I had a local police officer and a local detective that I talked with frequently
Okay.
about is this plausible? Are they able to do this? Because I wanted to keep it as um as believable as possible. So with some of the police procedures and stuff, I was very much checking in with them to see if it was the right thing to do.
Right. I appreciate that because let me tell you, I'm married to a retired police officer, and we'll watch a show or a movie, and he will not stop with, you can't do that. You do
Right.
realize he couldn't just walk in there. You
Right.
realize that you don't get DNA like in 15 minutes.
so. Why don't you tell us about your writing process? What did that look like? We mentioned your two friends that were helping you. Tell us about the writing process.
My writing process is not a set process. I write really well when I get together with other writers and have writing retreats. I have a
Oh,
couple of friends that we would rent a bed and breakfast for a weekend, and they know I'm extremely competitive, just a little bit. And so I would walk in and they would be like, all right, how many words are you going to write this weekend? And I would be, 20,000 words. And I
I
would,
love
if I
that.
didn't make it, that was like devastating to me. So it never didn't happen. So yeah, I would go for a weekend and write 25,000 words on a book. So like that is I can write when I'm with other people, other writers, like we just sit and write for the day.
I love
Um,
that.
but I also carry a notebook with me. So I have written on my phone at the hairdressers. Whenever I have time, I just write. So my
Oh,
mind
that's fantastic. And
always,
your group of writers, are they local or
some of them
do they
are.
come from different places and then you meet in one place?
Some of them are local. Some of us travel. I have a writer friend that lives over an hour from me, so we'll kind of meet in the middle. Or she'll sometimes send her teenage kids away to visit their grandparents for a weekend, and I'll just go spend the weekend at her house. So it's
Oh,
just
how fun.
a couple of different things. I belong to a writers group online, um,
Okay.
and they have these Zoom meetings where you talk for the first 10 minutes and then everybody just writes. So it's like you're writing with a group of people, even though you're not right with them all the time. So,
And that's worked for you?
and
You like
I
that?
thrive on those.
Okay,
I like
good.
that. Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting. Priya, you're taking note, right? We
So
have to get
Mercy,
together.
I know Mercy and I are always like, oh, when are we meeting up next? So right now on the docket is the NYC Book Con. They've brought it back because it was gone for since
Yeah.
COVID, and it's happening next year. And that's the next time we're probably going to see each other in person, unless something happens and we get
Well,
to
we're
see each other
hoping that we could
this
have a
fall.
retreat prior to
Yes.
that. That'd be
So we could
fantastic.
probably use that too as a retreat weekend.
As a matter
That
of fact, the last time we had a retreat, it was in Nashville.
yes, yes.
Well, if
So
you come back to Nashville, you let me know. I'll come right
I
with you.
will. Thank
Oh,
you.
that'd be so
Yes.
much fun.
Yeah. She flew in and I drove because I'm in Knoxville. So it was
Yes.
like a 3 hour drive.
So when we went to the Knoxville event that I met you at,
Hmm.
we went a day early and just wrote in the hotel the night before the event started.
Wow. I love
What?
that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay. That's inspiring. I love that. So, what's been the most memorable or surprising piece of feedback you've ever received from a reader? And what book was it from?
I would have to say, so I have a book. It was probably my third book I wrote, Trusting Love, which centered around domestic violence.
Mm.
Um, I myself had been in an abusive marriage, and so I wrote this book. And I actually got an email from a reader stating that she loved the book and it had given her the courage to leave a bad situation.
Oh, that's beautiful. That was worth it all.
Yeah, so if that's the only book I ever sold of that one, I'm perfectly,
That
it
was
did its
beautiful.
job. Yeah.
And which was the first book you published?
First book I published was my book called Second Chances. It was
Okay.
originally published under the title Crashing Hearts.
Okay.
Oh,
And then it was published with a small publisher. And when I got the rights back, I changed the cover and the title and
okay.
re-released it. But that was about a single mom with an autistic child
Mm.
who found love again.
I love
Aw.
that. I love that. Which has been your favorite book? I'm on a roll here with all these questions.
My favorite. Oh,
I know
Out of the
every single
17.
one has a piece of your heart.
it does. There's a piece of me in every book.
Yes.
Whether it's something quirky, like I have characters that smell their coffee before they drink it.
That's quirky because I do that.
I don't think it's
It's a
quirky.
whole process.
It's like you taste it better, right?
Yes,
When you
I agree.
taste it better. So I do that. So I have characters in my books that do that. So there's a part of me in every book. Um, there's favorites for different reasons. So Breaking the Rules, which was the first of the duology women's fiction, um, is loosely based off my own life.
Okay.
So it started with a suicide attempt, which I had done when I was 18.
Mm.
And that was the book that I wrote more for just for healing for myself. But that became a book that became one of my favorites, not only because I was able to heal from it, but I realized I needed to talk more about it. And
Good for you.
it has opened up conversations even with students about suicide and things. So, I think that's one of my favorites for that reason.
Mhm.
The serial killer books are always my favorite, and each one I write becomes my next favorite because I just love the research that goes into them.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
So
In
my
a sick way, it's like super fun.
Well, all these crime and murder mystery podcasts are extremely popular for a reason. And
Yes.
it's usually women who are the main target
Right.
audience,
Right.
which is so funny considering the history we're talking about before that women
Right.
were the most popular serial killers.
What do you do when you're not writing?
teaching, grading papers. I have written a mythology textbook.
Oh,
I guess that's still
Ooh.
technically writing, but
yeah.
yeah, spending time with my grandkids.
I love that. Tell us what advice you'd give a writer.
Keep writing, no matter how hard it is. Just keep writing because you never know what you write, how it's going to be received by somebody. There's
Mm.
always going to be the haters, right? Someone's always going to hate your books, but there's always going to be like that book with the domestic violence, that one person that's like, this book inspired me. And that just makes it all worthwhile.
And which one do you consider yourself a traditionally published author or indie author?
Hybrid, really. I
Hybrid.
started out traditionally published, and
Mhm.
now I do mostly indie publishing, though I'm also looking for an agent. So
Which
Okay.
one do you prefer? Like, what were both
You've
processes like? Yeah.
experienced both, which is more than most.
there's pros and cons to both.
Okay.
There's,
Share.
there's definitely pros and cons. Yes, when you indie publish, you have more control over things. But you also are at a disadvantage with marketing and getting your name out there, as opposed to if you were with one of the bigger five traditionally publishing houses. For me, I still want to do traditionally published. I would love to get my mysteries in with like Thomas and Mercer,
Mhm.
which traditionally published, but you need an agent to be able to submit to them. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
still on that process, but I think I will still continue to indie publish also.
Okay.
I write under two pen names. So there's always,
We only know Emma.
so Emma or E.L. Reed or Emily
Right.
Reed. So two
Okay.
variations of the same name. I have a new book coming out in September under Emily Reed, which is a romantic suspense with a ghost story.
Ooh.
And
Is she
that's
in love with the ghost?
No, the ghost has a curse on her.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a different twist.
Yeah,
Okay, so can you share it with us and can you come back? Can we count on you coming back?
yes,
Was this hard or are we super chill with this and you could come back and we
oh,
could
I
talk
would love
some
to come
more?
back.
Okay, good. Good, good, good.
Yeah, it's
Because
the first
now I
of
want to read everything.
it's the first of a trilogy. So, and each one is a ghost from the same family. Uh,
Okay.
so this first one, the Holden House, will be out in September, and it starts with you see Cecilia, who's the ghost, committing suicide while
mm,
the husband watches.
yeah.
I
And then
love that your ghost is a female. Also, talk about female empowerment in any way.
yeah, and then
Good
she
for you.
puts a curse on all the females in that family.
What did she
Oh.
put I don't know if you want to share this. Did she put a curse as she's dying, like her
It
last breath?
it ends up that she curses women that they cannot fall truly in love.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
Because
sad.
that's so
her
mean.
her true love stepped out on her. So
Mm,
it wasn't true love. Um, and to break the curse, it has to be a reciprocal true love situation.
yeah.
So, but it has to happen before she's 25. So it's kind of a race in time. And there's all kinds of stuff going on that I don't want to give away, but
Don't,
No,
don't.
no,
I know we're
no
asking for
spoilers. No
details here, but
spoilers. No spoilers.
we're fanning out a little bit here, Emma. We want
Yeah.
to know more.
but that one is September. I've got the second book started of that one. I've also got my next murder mystery started.
Oh my
Okay.
God, you're on a roll.
I cannot sit still.
I
My
love
friends say
that.
to me, you just can't be bored for a minute. I'm like, no, I
Hmm.
can't. I have to
Life
always.
is too short.
So the new murder mystery series is will be a dual timeline. So they're based off historical hotels that are haunted. And one
Fun.
timeline will be the timeline of the ghost, and you'll see her story in real time or his
Hmm.
story. And then the modern day timeline where the girl or the main character will solve both murders, the one from the haunting and the one from modern time.
Wow, that's a challenge.
It
That's
is.
like world building. That's a whole new challenge.
I know. It
It'll be
truly
That is
is.
so
interesting.
exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So, what's the one thing you want our listeners and viewers to take away from your books, your experiences, and you as an author?
Oh, that's tough. Um, one thing. I think it's more of read what you enjoy. And
Mm,
that may not be my books, right? But read what you enjoy. If you love crime fiction, then definitely pick up the Memories of Murder series because you're going to love them. If you're fascinated by, you like romantic suspense or women's fiction, I mean, pick up those books, but read what you love because anyone who says to me, I don't like to read, I typically respond with, then you haven't found the book
Right.
that you actually like.
Right.
Because
yeah.
once you find a book that you enjoy, it doesn't matter how little you read, you're going to be hooked on reading.
Mm,
And
that's
although
so
you're
true.
always, absolutely, although you're always writing, which is the last book you read, not yours, but that you read that you were wowed with?
So I am actually right now, I have like two chapters left, this is only the third day I've been reading it. So, um, Darcy Wilde, it's called, shoot, The Mystery of the Lost Pearls or something like that. Um,
Okay.
I actually had the opportunity to meet her as an author. We went to a domestic malice conference and
Mhm.
I didn't know anybody and I had kind of put out um, on the sister in crime boards, I'm going to be here. I'd like to get to meet some people. And she reached out immediately and said, let's meet for breakfast. And so we met and then I picked up this book of hers and it just is kept me page turning.
Well,
I
3 days
Oh,
is like that's quick.
it's a good size book too. It's a good size book. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. And talk about powerful female. We're talking about Regency time period,
Mm,
about a woman, unmarried woman who's solving crimes. Yeah.
love that.
That's powerful. Good. Oh, that's
Wow.
fantastic. So exciting. We could just go on talking for the next 10 hours, but we have another interview. Oh my gosh, this was so much fun.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're
Thank
so
you.
happy
Thank
to
you.
have you on.
Yes.
So how can our about to
I
ask the
was gonna
same
ask the same
question.
thing. Go ahead, Priya. Yep, same question.
How can our listeners and viewers find you?
My books are anywhere pretty much that books are sold. Amazon, Barnes and Noble, iBooks, Kobo, Hoopla, wherever. Or go directly to my website, emilyreed.com or elreadauthor.com. Both websites connect to the other one. So there's a tab, like if you go to elreadauthor.com, there's a tab that will say Emily Reed. So you can flip to that website. But I also sell all my books direct. You can have them autographed if you buy print books, and I will mail them to you. So yeah,
Oh,
and
so nice.
I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, TikTok.
Excellent.
So
Excellent. Yes, and we will add your handle name on
yes.
our post so that they can follow you. So you guys, everybody has to grab this book, and then we got to figure out how we're going to get the other three from you, Emma,
I know.
'cause we
You need
do
to grab
need
the
the
whole
other three.
series.
We want the series. We
I love
need
it,
the
Emma.
series.
That's
So
like
you've
so
yeah,
brilliant.
you've been so inspirational as a writer. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your time and for sharing your stories.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being our
Appreciate it.
guest today.
Yes.
Everyone listening and watching, as Mercy said, go grab her books, consume them, reach out to her. They're amazing. She's amazing.
She's amazing.
Like, share, follow, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on
We'll
the
see you
Books and
next
Martinis
time.
podcast.
Bye, everybody.